I was 16 when a woman started crying in the cereal aisle because she saw my face. At first, I thought she was just some random crazy person. She dropped her basket. Started shaking. Couldn't even speak. Then she whispered one sentence that made my stomach turn cold. "That's my son." My mom immediately grabbed my arm and pulled me behind her. Not normal parent protective either. Terrified. Like she'd seen a ghost. The woman kept staring at me with tears pouring down her face. And the weirdest part? I kind of recognized her too. Not from school. Not from town. From dreams. I used to have these random memories as a kid. A yellow bedroom. A dog named Murphy. Someone singing to me at night. But every time I brought it up, my mom said I just had an overactive imagination. So standing there in that grocery store, looking at this crying stranger, I suddenly felt sick. My mom kept yelling for us to leave. But the woman walked closer and said, "You have a scar behind your left ear." I froze instantly. Because I did. And nobody could see it unless my hair was pulled back. Then she said, "You got it falling off the bathroom counter when you were 3. I couldn't breathe. My mom grabbed me harder and whispered, "Don't listen to her." But now people were staring. And the woman pulled out her phone with shaking hands. Then she showed me a photo. It was old. Blurry. But unmistakable. A little boy sitting on a couch holding a stuffed dinosaur. Wearing the exact same tiny birthmark on his wrist that I had. And then she said the words that destroyed my entire life. "You were kidnapped 11 years ago." Everything after that became chaos. Police. Questions. DNA tests. Turns out, the woman from the grocery store really was my biological mother. And the person I thought was my mom was actually my aunt. My real mother's sister. She'd taken me after my father died in a car accident. At first, police thought she'd just disappeared during the grief. But she'd actually changed our names. Moved states. And raised me as her own son. The craziest part? I asked her why she did it. And I'll never forget her answer. Because she looked at me crying and said, "She was falling apart after your dad died, and I thought she'd ruin you too." Then she whispered, "So I convinced myself stealing you was saving you." But the worst part wasn't learning I'd been kidnapped. It was realizing. The woman I called mom for 16 years truly loved me like her own child. And suddenly I had 2 mothers crying over the same son. While I stood there not knowing who I even belonged to anymore.